Okay, guys, so we're gonna resume revision for our term 4 exam. Let's just quickly revise the first two words that we did. The first word is melancholy, all right, which is an extreme sadness or a state of depression. Okay, this is a noun, so we have to remember that if it's used in a sentence, it's going to be used as a noun. As here, we see that what we used it in melancholy as an object of preposition, therefore it is a noun. We chose the synonym mournful and the antonym cheerful. All right, and the picture is the one with the gloomy man. Okay, he looks very gloomy. Okay, which is also another synonym for the word melancholy. The second word that we discussed together was the word taskmaster, and we said that taskmaster is referring to a person who is in charge that usually gives harsh or difficult orders to his or her workers. Okay, a synonym would be a dominator. Okay, and an antonym would be someone who is a worker. The person that receives the orders is on the other end, so it is the antonym. All right, the picture here is the man giving orders to a woman, and we can tell he's shouting or screaming from the holding of the mic. Okay, and the sentence that we agreed on is Mr. Linden is a harsh taskmaster because he it makes his employees work for long hours without any bathroom breaks. Okay, so this is the word that we're going to use. Now let's move on to the next word after taskmaster. We have the word to fester. Okay, when you fester a problem, what does it mean to fester a problem? And these are the first words, by the way, from MLK. All right, Martin Luther King. So if you guys want, we can look together here. Okay, I'm going to share with you um, the book. All right, and here we have the word fester. Okay, it's provided here. So can someone give me who wants to work on this? Any volunteers to work on this word with me? Any volunteers, grade 7? Okay, how about Ahmed? Ahmed, do you hear me? Okay, any volunteers to work on fester? Hannah? Hannah?
Yes.
Okay, let's work on fester together, honey. What is the definition of fester that we see here in the book together?
What?
What is the definition of fester? As we're looking here at the book together, the definition of fester is stated right here in Martin Luther King and Encounter with Martin Luther King. What is the definition of the word fester?
Not being stressed.
No, that's not the way that it was used in the book. Can someone here? It's written right here. Do you see the screen, Hannah, that I'm sharing? Do you guys see the textbook? The page of Martin Luther King, the definition is written right here. Do you see it, Hannah?
Yes.
Okay, so can you please
Uh,
repeat the word fester mean?
become become an increasing source of irritation or poisoning.
Okay, so to fester something basically means to make it increasingly irritated. All right, if there is an issue and we're going to fester it, okay, it means that we're going to most likely increase its irritation. That means if it was only a problem, we're going to make it worse. Okay, let's say, imagine that you're in a bad mood and something happens else, okay, that is also upsetting. So here it is festering your anger, okay, or it's making you more angry. All right, so for something to be festered, okay, or the word fester is to increase the irritation, okay, or to increase the negative emotion of something. Okay, so here to increase the irritation, all right, or bad feelings, and this is a verb. Okay, and if we go here again and we type in the word fester, all right, to see the synonyms, okay, it means to aggravate. All right, when you aggravate something, you make it worse. All right, sometimes the doctors tell you do not touch this wound because you will aggravate it, or do not touch an irritation because you will aggravate it. That means you will make it worse. Okay, so we're going to use the word aggravate as a synonym. Okay, and for an antonym, we could see here by looking at the thesaurus website. Okay, we can see here the antonym of it is to, we can say to improve it. Yes, okay, or to heal it. All right, so to improve or to heal are antonyms for our word fester. Okay, if you're going to aggravate something, you're making it worse. If you are healing it or improving it, that shows that a situation is becoming better. All right. If we're looking here, Hannah, which image would you say goes with the word with our word to fester? Which image would be best, Hannah, or any volunteers?
The worse.
Yes, to worsen. Okay, this image of the word worsen written here. Okay, that means to make something worse. Okay, perfect. And Hannah, can you do you mind using the word fester in a sentence for us?
Yes.
Sure. Go ahead.
Uh, without any medicine or rest, my ankle has continued to fester.
Good job. All right. Without medicine or rest. Can you please repeat what you said after that? Without medicine or rest, what happened?
My ankle has continued to fester.
My ankle. Okay, we can say, for example, my irritated, okay, ankle continued to fester. Okay, that means again it was becoming worse. Okay, thank you so much, Hannah. That was a perfect sentence. All right. Again, we can see here that without the proper medicine or the rest, again, the ankle was festering or so. That means that it was becoming worse. Okay, thank you, Hannah. All right, let's move on to the next word here that we have. After fester, we have the word fray. All right, it's also in the textbook, and we're going to look at the definition together. Okay, any volunteers for this word? Okay, how about Zena? Can you work with fray?
Sure.
Okay, good, great.
I
Fray here, I provided the definition from you. It's in the book. Okay, it's right here. What does fray mean?
a fight.
Good. A fight, or if you are involved in a heated dispute, and a dispute means like a argument, okay, some but a heated one. All right, a heated one means people are very very angry. Okay, so the next word here is the word fray. All right, and the definition is a heated.
A fight or heated dispute.
Good job. Or just heated, that's fine. And what is the part of speech, please,
The
Zena?
word fray is a noun.
It's a noun. Perfect. Okay. And if we go together to here, we can write the word fray. And we would say that, we see here,
Most of the synonyms are related to fading.
that's correct. Okay. If we, right, let's here look together. Let's actually use a heated, let's use here an argument. And we can use a synonym for dispute. Okay. And the
The
antonym would be,
antonym is peace.
yes, we can use peace, but we can also, another word that I would like you to know would be reconciliation. All right, because reconciliation comes from the idea to reconcile, or to basically become friends again, or to, squash your problems, all right, get rid of them. All right, here, what would be a picture of a fray? Zena, what would you see?
Um, a fray is the first one.
Great. The first one, we can see here the two men are involved in a very heated argument, okay, which is equivalent to what we said, a dispute, okay, and all right, let's put it here. All right, we can see that, and Can you use it for in a sentence for us, please, Dina?
Yeah, sure. Um, no, hours passed by and the fray still continued.
Okay. Okay, hours passed by and the fray between the men continued to develop. Okay, or the heated argument continued to develop. Okay,
Well,
thank you so much, Zena. Perfect. Okay, any questions about the word fray or any of the words that we just took today? All right, or yesterday's words also. Okay, all right. I hope that you guys are finding them easy to remember. Okay, I'm just gonna make them bold so that you guys can see them better. Okay. All right, we have two more words left, and the next word is being punctual. Okay, punctual. Who can help me with this word? Any volunteers? Okay, any volunteers for the word punctual? How about Abdurrahman?
Yes, miss.
Okay, baby, let's do punctual together.
Okay.
Okay, and the word punctual, we're gonna find the definition together from the story because it's there. Okay, and it's right here. All right, what does it mean to be punctual? Abdurrahman, can you read it for us?
On time,
Prompt,
promoted.
prompt. Okay,
Prompt.
to be prompt. So let's use the word on time. Okay, and what does it mean? It's an the part of speech, Abdurrahman. What is it? Okay, let's look back here. It's what? It's a
Uh, adjective.
it's an adjective. Okay, it's the way to describe someone. So if I'm going to describe someone as punctual, that means that person is on time. All right, and let's use here the word prompt. All right, this could be a synonym, and we can also use the word tardy. Okay, tardy is a word that shows that someone is late. Okay, so if you are a person that is punctual, that means you show up on time. All right, as scheduled. All right, we're always punctual with our online sessions, right? So that means we go or we show up on time. All right, which picture, Abdurrahman? We have two only left to choose from. Which one is the picture showing punctuality?
Uh, not the girl.
Not the girl,
No, the girl.
the girl. Exactly. Yes, the girl holding the. We see her that she's holding the clock, representing basically that she's coming to school on time. Okay, so being on time shows your punctuality or being punctual. All right, punctuality is the noun, being punctual is an adjective. Now, Abdurrahman, can you use it for us in a sentence?
Mm,
So you have to use it as an adjective, so it has to describe a noun. So we can describe the student as punctual. What would you say? The punctual,
The student go to the school punch.
but you have to say punctual. You have to
No,
always have the adjective next to the noun that it describes.
the
So we're gonna say the punctual,
student
yes,
go
arrive
to the school on the time.
on
On
time.
time.
Perfect. Perfect, Abdurrahman. Okay, the punctual student arrives to school on time. This is exactly how we should do it. All right, and again, this is an adjective. Remember that. The synonym is being prompt. Okay, prompt, and the antonym is being tardy or late. Okay, thanks, Abdurrahman. The last but not least means to redeem. And Ruqayya, please, let's do redeem together. Thank you, Ruqayya, for volunteering. All right, let's do redeem. All right, and Ruqayya, I'm going to give you the definition from the book in case so that we could see it together. And the word redeem is right here.
It's a verb to set free.
Good, to set free. All right, so here, to to set free, which is a verb, it's an action verb. You can redeem something to set it free. All right, and let's go here, Ruqayya, let's look at some possible synonyms. Okay, and to redeem, here we can say discharge. Okay, discharge. Okay, you can discharge something, let it go. All right, free it. All right, and an antonym for it could be, okay, to basically to keep, okay, to keep it, to keep something. All right, and of course, this is the last picture, Ruqayya, as we could tell that this is the one that matches our word. Okay, because again here the chains, the act of breaking the chains in itself is symbolic for the idea of freedom. Okay, or breaking free or setting free. Okay, can we use the word redeem in a sentence, Ruqayya? How would you use it? Ruqayya? No, honey, we cannot hear you. I'm sorry, Ruqayya, we can't hear you. Anyone can help me with uh, with with a sentence for redeem? How about you, Ward?
Yes, miss.
Can you please help me with the word redeem?
Uh, the prisoner that was jailed for 25 years redeemed his freedom.
Okay, who was placed in prison or placed in jail for 25 was now redeemed. Okay, perfect. All right, the prisoner that was in jail for 25 years was now redeemed. That means set free. Okay, perfect, Jawab. And thank you, Ruqayya. Also, I know that you were struggling with your mic, which is no problem. Ruqayya, are you now hearing me?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Sorry about the connection that you had, but thank you for your participation. You helped a lot. And what they came up with the sentence. All right. So these are our 6 words for today. All right. Yesterday we had another 6 words. All right. So I hope that you guys are studying those 6 words daily very well. If you do that daily, you break up your words daily into six every day. We're gonna have the 30 words known very well by the end of the week, inshallah. And you can also revise all of them all together on the weekend. Okay. Any questions again before we move on? All right. So let me save this. I'm going to upload it on SMS as your answer key for this, and I want you to work on it alone also before you look at the answers. Okay, this is a way for you to just study. Okay, there's an empty version of it that is for you to basically work on it as practice, and then you'll have the answer key later to study on your own. Okay. All right. The next thing that we have on the list for today is to revise our complex and compound sentences. All right. And yesterday we revised simple and compound. Simple sentence again, one independent clause. Compound sentences, two or more independent clauses. Okay. Yesterday we didn't see any subordinate clauses at all. All right. We didn't see any subordinate clauses today. Starting today, when we revise the complex sentence and the compound complex sentence, this is when we're going to start seeing the subordinate clauses coming into play. Okay, and we agreed that subordinate clauses are sentences that cannot stand on their own. Okay, because they are missing a complete thought, even though they have a subject and they have a verb, but they are missing a complete thought. Remember that, because again, we're discussing clauses, not phrases. Okay, clauses have subjects and verbs. Okay, but the only thing that my subordinate clause is missing is it's missing, of course, here the complete thought. All right, that's why we're compensating it with an independent clause with it. All right, can someone just remind me quickly your subordinate clauses? What do they start with? What are the possibilities of a subordinate clause? Okay, Ward, please.
Relative pronouns.
Good. They can either start with a relative pronoun or they can also start
Subordinate conjunctions.
with a subordinate conjunction. Bravo, Ward. Okay, and right here, I'm going to provide for you. All right. If you look down, I this sheet also is uploaded on already on SMS, okay, if you go on SMS, log into our exam review material for term 4 folder, you will see this sheet. All right, so here's a list of some subordinate conjunctions that we can see, and here's a list of the relative pronouns that we can also see. And please be reminded, those two, they start subordinate clauses. Subordinate clauses could possibly start with these following words. All right, if we have, and let's agree with the following, if we have one independent clause, all right, and I'm gonna just quickly do this on the whiteboard. All right, it's just to remind you, okay, the complex sentence. Okay, when we're dealing with a complex sentence, you're dealing with one independent clause. All right, you cannot have more than one independent clause when dealing with a complex sentence. This is a must. All right, and you can have one or more, okay, subordinate clauses. All right, you can have one or more subordinate clauses. So you have a mix between independent and subordinate, as long as your independent is only one. All right, we can see subordinate clauses again, starting with either a subordinate conjunction or starting with a, again, relative pronoun. If I say, for example, Yasmin, who works at PIS, enjoys reading novels. All right, so Yasmin, who works at PIS, enjoys reading novels. Here we see that we have a complex sentence. All right, here we have one independent clause. All right, my independent clause here would be Yasmin enjoys, okay, reading novels. And I said to be very careful that sometimes your subordinate clause comes in the middle to separate your subject and your verb. Okay, so here my one subordinate clause would be, of course, who works at PIS, and we could see here that it starts with the word who, and the word who is a relative pronoun. All right, so this is one example. We can also have another example of of a complex sentence that starts with a subordinate conjunction. Okay, while Wed prepared for his exam, okay, for example, we can say the class invited him to a party. Okay, so again here we have a complex sentence. It starts this time with while. My subordinate clause starts with while, which is a subordinate conjunction. So one independent clause. Again, my independent clause is going to be the class invited him to a party. This is my independent clause, and my one subordinate clause here, it would be while was prepared for his exam, and it starts with a subordinate conjunction, which is the word while. All right, remember how I can also switch my sentence around. I can say the class invited him to a party, comma, while Werd prepared for his exam, or the class invited Werd to a party, comma, while he prepared for his exam. Okay, so if I switch it around, I do not use a comma. Remember, when my subordinate, the sentence that starts with a subordinate clause, it starts with a subordinate conjunction, rather, comes at the beginning, we need to have a comma after it. If it comes at the end, we do not need to have a comma after it. So these are two ways of a complex sentence. As long, again, as you have only one independent clause, this is what we are concerned with. Okay, so let me stop sharing this, and let's go back to sharing our worksheet. Okay, a complex sentence, if we look at the first example, after eating lunch at the Cheesecake Factory, Tim went, okay, Tim went to the gym to exercise. Okay, now looking at this sentence, can someone tell me where is my independent clause and where is my subordinate clause? After eating lunch at the Cheesecake Factory, comma, Tim went to the gym to exercise. Who can analyze the sentence? What, please?
The subordinate clause is after eating lunch at the Cheesecake Factory,
Great,
and the independent clause is Tim went to the gym to exercise.
great. So this right here would be my independent clause. Okay, I would say I for independent. All right, this is my independent clause, and what said after eating lunch at the Cheesecake Factory would be my subordinate clause, excuse me. All right, it would be, this is my subordinate clause. And again, here, as we see that it's a bold, okay, the word after is in bold, and after is a subordinate conjunction, as word said, as Ward said. Okay, so here, perfect. Thank you, Ward. All right. Opinionated women are given disadvantages in societies that privilege male accomplishments. Okay, that privilege male accomplishments. All right, here, where is my independent clause and where is my subordinate clause? Okay, can someone tell me, Mariam? Can you tell us where is in number two, where is the independent clause and where is the subordinate clause?
Yes.
Okay, reading number two, opinionated women are given disadvantages in societies that privilege male accomplishments. That privilege male accomplishments. So where is my independent clause? Where is my subordinate clause?
Um,
Can someone help Mariam?
that privileged male accomplishments.
Good, that privilege male accomplishments. This is my independent or subordinate?
Subordinate.
That's correct. This is my subordinate because it starts with that, which is a relative pronoun. All right, and here this would be my independent clause right here. Okay, because it has my complete thought and my subject and my verb and my complete thought. All right, that privileged male accomplishments is a subordinate clause that starts with that, and that is a relative pronoun. All right, guys, we're gonna end the meeting here because you guys have break time. It's 10, almost 10:11. So go enjoy your break, and we'll meet up again at 10:30 for our next session to resume this exercise. Okay. Okay, guys, have a great one.